Hey everyone, welcome to another exploration of ancient wisdom. I'm here with more timeless life lessons from the great sages and philosophers of the East and West, from Lao Tzu to Marcus Aurelius. Perfect for listening while you work, relax, or reflect. Let's dive into today's stories. Lao Tzu Daily Life. Lao Tzu said, "Act without expectation." A farmer planted seeds without worrying about the harvest, and his crops flourished. This teaches us to let go of expectations, focus on the process, and the results will come naturally. Socrates, self-growth. Socrates said, "To find yourself, think for yourself." A student who followed others lost his way, while one who thought independently thrived. This teaches us to trust our own reasoning. Don't just follow the crowd. Confucius, work. Confucius taught, "The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home." A leader who neglected his family lost his people's trust. In work, this means leading by example. Integrity starts with how you treat those closest to you. Seneca, Daily Life. Seneca taught, "While we are postponing, life speeds by." A man kept delaying his dreams and regretted it, while another acted and lived fully. This reminds us to act now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Bhagavad Gita, self-growth. Krishna said, "The self is the friend of the self." A warrior found strength within himself during a crisis. This reminds us to trust ourselves. Your inner strength is your greatest ally in tough times. Aristotle, work. Aristotle taught, "The more you know, the more you realize you don't know." A scholar who thought he knew everything failed, while one who kept learning succeeded. In work, this means staying humble. Always seek to learn more. Zhuangzi, Daily Life. Zhuangzi taught, "The wise man does not hoard." A merchant who hoarded wealth lived in fear, while a sage who shared lived in peace. Today, this means sharing what you have. Generosity brings true happiness. Epictetus, self-growth. Epictetus taught, "We are disturbed not by events, but by our opinions about them." A Stoic stayed calm during a storm, while another panicked. This means changing your perspective. How you see things shapes how you feel. Lao Tzu, self-growth. Lao Tzu said, "The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long." A young man worked tirelessly and burned out, while another paced himself and thrived. This teaches us to balance effort and rest. Don't exhaust yourself chasing success. Plato, Daily Life. Plato taught, "The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior." A wise man who avoided leadership regretted it when a tyrant rose. This teaches us to take responsibility, step up when needed. Confucius, work. Confucius said, "When anger rises, think of the consequences." A general who acted in anger lost a battle, but one who stayed calm won. In work, this means controlling your temper. A clear mind makes better decisions. Marcus Aurelius, self-growth. Marcus Aurelius taught, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." An emperor adapted to change and thrived, while another resisted and suffered. This reminds us to embrace change. It's the nature of life. Bhagavad Gita, Daily Life. Krishna taught, "There is neither this world nor the world beyond for the wise." A sage saw all as one, finding peace. This reminds us to let go of dualities. Don't label things as good or bad. Just accept them as they are. Seneca, work, Seneca taught. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. A merchant who feared change failed, while one who embraced it succeeded. In work, this means seeing endings as new opportunities. Don't fear change. Zhuangzi, self-growth, Zhuangzi said, "The sage does not accumulate. A man who chased titles was never satisfied, while a sage found joy in being." This teaches us to seek inner growth, not external validation. Lao Tzu, Daily Life. Lao Tzu said, "Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know." A wise man listened more than he spoke, while a fool talked endlessly. This teaches us to listen more. True understanding comes from silence. Socrates, self-growth, Socrates said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." A student who admitted his ignorance learned more, while one who didn't stagnated. This teaches us to stay humble. There's always more to learn. Confucius, work, Confucius taught. A man who does not plan long ahead will find trouble at his door. A merchant who didn't prepare failed, while one who planned succeeded. In work, this means thinking ahead, set goals and prepare for challenges. Seneca, Daily Life, Seneca taught, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." A man who lived in the moment found joy, while one who worried about tomorrow missed out. This reminds us to live in the present. Tomorrow isn't promised. Bhagavad Gita, self-growth, Krishna taught, "The wise see knowledge and action as one." A man who only thought but never acted failed, while another balanced both and thrived. This means applying what you learn. Knowledge without action is useless. Aristotle, work, Aristotle taught, "The end of labor is to gain leisure." A worker who balanced work and rest thrived, while one who overworked burned out. In work, this means valuing rest. It's the reward of hard work. Zhuangzi, Daily Life. Zhuangzi said, "The sage embraces things as they are." A man who resisted reality suffered, while a sage accepted it and found peace. Today, this means accepting life's ups and downs. Don't fight what you can't change. Epictetus, self-growth, Epictetus taught, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish." A Stoic ignored others' judgment and grew, while another feared criticism and stagnated. This teaches us to ignore naysayers. Focus on your growth. Lao Tzu, self-growth, Lao Tzu said, "Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power." A leader controlled his people, but not himself, and fell. This teaches us to focus on self-mastery. Control your habits and emotions first. Plato, Daily Life. Plato taught, "The beginning is the most important part of the work." A builder who started well finished well, while one who rushed failed. This teaches us to start thoughtfully. A good beginning sets the tone for success. Confucius, work, Confucius taught, "The superior man acts before he speaks." A leader who promised much but did little lost trust. In work, this means delivering results first. Let your actions speak louder than words. Marcus Aurelius, self-growth, Marcus Aurelius taught, "Very little is needed to make a happy life." An emperor lived simply and found joy, while a rich man with more was miserable. This reminds us to simplify. Happiness doesn't come from more stuff. Bhagavad Gita, Daily Life, Krishna taught, "The wise are not deluded by the senses." A man who chased pleasure was never satisfied, while one who sought wisdom found peace. This means looking beyond temporary joys. Seek what truly fulfills you. Seneca, Seneca taught. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. A worker who paused before reacting stayed calm, while one who didn't cause conflict. In work, this means taking a step back. Don't react in the heat of the moment. Zhuangzi, self-growth, Zhuangzi said, "The sage has no self. A man who let go of ego found peace, while one who clung to it suffered." This teaches us to let go of pride. True growth comes from humility. That's it for today's journey of ancient wisdom. Which lesson spoke to you the most? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share this with a friend. And join me tomorrow for another exploration of timeless lessons. See you soon.